favorite song. It always ends the same way for you, and those demons are chasing. Can we face them? Can we roll it? Can we hold it? Can we drink it, chop it up and smoke it? Can we peel it? Can we pop it? Cause we don't like feeling these emotions. Can we try it? Can we find it? Can we please be kind of just rewind it? This is real life, these are real times, and we're always wanting to escape them. All I need tonight is your voice. All I need tonight is your voice. Let's not roll it, let's not hold it, let's not drink it, chop it up or smoke it. All I need tonight is your voice. Can we roll it? Can we hold it? Can we drink it, chop it up or smoke it? Can we peel it? Can we pop it? Cause we don't like feeling these emotions. Can we try it? Can we find it? Can we please be kind of just rewind it? This is real life, these are real times, and we're always wanting to escape them. All I need tonight is your voice.
Hold me, touch me, know me, make me worthy of your love. Want me, feel me, save me, say you crave me in your world. Kinda like how you know me, you've really learned me. I kinda like that you're lonely, and I'm your city lights. Think I might be unfolding, never so open. You already know me, now I've come alive. So hold me, touch me, know me, make me worthy of your love.
I just noticed that I was on mute while I was talking about everything. So happy Thursday, everyone. Thank you for being over here. Another Unreal Engine live today. So I was saying that there is a new Unreal Engine version. Those are the news for today. It's the 5.3.0. I know, super champion. I forgot that I was on mute and I was talking like crazy. So we have a new Unreal Engine version. It's 5.3.0, and they have introduced more stuff. So if you have old projects, you need to bridge them over to the new version and fix the bugs again, because they released 5.2 like super close to 5.1, and they've been doing changes like super fast, and you just gotta keep up with all of the bug fixing over there. So yeah, Unreal Engine 5.3.0 now supports Nanite for landscape meshes, so that is super cool. You can have super crazy now landscapes, and they are gonna use a fraction of the cost in performance that all landscapes used. So you can now go crazy. You can have grass maps and a ton of rocks and a lot of crazy things in Unreal Engine to make it look a lot more realistic. And it's only gonna use a fraction of the performance that it used before. So that's one huge change. There is another change that is happening with Unreal Engine, and now you can add effects to any project you have. using the Niagara or other plugins, and instead of being a billboard representing some sort of smoke or effect, now it's a full 3D effect that is going to be affected by the Lumen global illumination system. So it's gonna look amazing. Effects are gonna look a lot better now in Unreal Engine. So they just keep doing things better and making them a lot more crazy. And we have other stuff over there, but I was saying that it's September, it's a new month. You can go to the marketplace, always go to a new month and go to the free section. So you go to the marketplace tab and go to free, and then go to free for the month, and you're gonna be able to find assets that are free for the month, and they are usually paid assets, and you can get them now. And you can, well, once you get them, you can use them forever. So always make sure to get all of these assets over here. It's over $250 worth of content this month. Last month it was over 400, I believe. So yeah, they bring quality stuff, so you can get it for free. And one of these assets, I don't know which one, goes into the permanent free forever section, so that it's super amazing. And yeah, that's something you gotta keep an eye on. Always, every new month, go to the free for the month content, get it, and you can use it forever in all of your projects. And well, you didn't pay for the assets, so that's super cool. You can also use some of these assets in Unreal Engine Fortnite. So if you're aiming to build content for Unreal Engine Fortnite, make sure you go here and you're gonna be able to use that content. Let me just turn on a light over here. I see that I'm like super blue and I'm still super blue. Yeah, I don't know, the light is bouncing weird today. I don't know what's going on. Let me just get it over here. There we go. Okay, so what else do we have? And that's about it. Just make sure you get it. And we're gonna continue working in our intro Unreal project. I was checking some stuff over here. We were doing an obstacle course, and the last week I think we added the MetaHuman. Yeah, we added a MetaHuman to the project. So now whenever we hit the play button, instead of getting the Unreal Engine mannequin, we're gonna get a really cool MetaHuman that you can create at any moment in the MetaHuman page for Unreal Engine. So this is the MetaHuman I made like super quick. And as you can see, it's over here on the world, and we added some functionality to this pole so we can get a wasted message like in GTA, and just go like slow-mo and lose control of the Nansuka. Hola Nansuka, thank you for being here. Spider. So that's what we have, and after 5 seconds, 5 seconds have passed after we died, we can reload the world again, so we can start again and try the obstacle course. There's something that's been bugging me a little bit, and it's this landscape material that is like super cheap. So maybe I'm gonna fix that like super quick. I'm gonna drop a link for you guys over here. I'm a big fan of the Unreal Sensei in YouTube. So he has some free assets that you can download from his website. What is that one? Where is that one? Let me just get it over here. I have a link to that somewhere. There we go. I think it's this one. Yeah, this is the one. So he has an introductory course to Unreal Engine, and during that introductory course he shares some assets that you can use for free. So I'm gonna paste a link over here in the chat so that you guys can get it. So it's unrealsenseiacademy.com/UE5 beginner download. So you can get a package with some of the assets that you can use to generate some, it's called auto material for the landscape. So basically it's going to take the height information of the landscape you have and is going to try to add some variations to it based on the height. So that is an auto material. So I'm gonna add some auto material to this cheap landscape material that we just made over here, so we can make it look a little bit better. Maybe add some trees and stuff like that before we go into finishing our obstacle course. And also I think I'm gonna add functionality to our Unreal. Regards from San Lorenzoville, California. Buena onda, tipazo. Gracias por estar por aquí. So I'm gonna, what was I doing? Oh yeah, I'm gonna add this project into our project right now. So I sent the link over there. I'm gonna also paste it over here on Kick. Give me just a second. I'm gonna paste the link over here so that you can get it. And that's the link. You can download the assets for free over there. And once you download the assets, it's gonna be a zip file. And where is that one? Intro Unreal. Okay, there we go. So it's gonna be a weird file like this one. And when you open it, is going to show you another project inside. So let's just extract this over here, extract to whatever, and let's just delete the zip file. And now let's open this one over here. Let's open this one. And there is the castle assets over here, beginner assets, and intro Unreal project. So that's what he works on one of his courses. So I'm just gonna open the castle assets project and I'm gonna import what we have here to the other version. So I'm gonna open it using the 5.2. because 5.3 is new and it might crash or do something weird, because that's how things go whenever you change versions. So let's just open up that project. Let's give it just a moment, and we are going to migrate the assets from this project to this one, to the one we're using, the intro Unreal project. So this is be able to see this over here, and you have some assets to do, well, to work on a castle. You have some free static meshes over here to make some background props and add some nice like touches to the scene, so we can use those ones. So what we're gonna do is that missing project settings, yeah, shaders and stuff like that, yeah, no worries. So just make sure you make a right click over here on the castle assets. And is that all that I want? Let me just double check on that one. Materials, just gonna dismiss this over here. Just asking for a different shader. Yeah, that's what I want, and some landscape information over here, and that's all I want. So let's make a right click on castle assets, and then you're gonna click on the option that says migrate. Araña, hola Les Klein, buena onda por estar por aquí. So I'm gonna migrate this to our folder in the other project, the intro Unreal. So I'm gonna make a right click, click on migrate, and then it's going to select all of these assets over here. That's okay. Let's click OK. And then we're gonna search for the intro Unreal project, this one that we have over here, and we're gonna go to the content folder. You have to select the content folder so that you can migrate the assets. And it's just saving, and content migration failed, but some assets have been migrated successfully. It couldn't migrate one of the assets over here, the overview map. So that's fine, that's okay. Give me just a moment. Pizza is here, so I'm just gonna share my credit card with my daughter. There we go. So let's just close this. It doesn't matter. Let's just close this project, and now we go into our Unreal project over here, and we're gonna be able to see that we have a new folder that is called Castle Assets. So on Castle Assets, we are going to find the landscape folder, and this one has, as you can see, some landscape material. If we open up the main master, well, the master landscape material, you're gonna be able to see that it has a ton of nodes over here, and it can go super crazy. We're not gonna go over super crazy landscape maps, but basically what we're doing over here is that based on distance and based on height, we are going to create different materials for what we have on our landscape. And those calculations happen in real time. So we're just gonna paint, and it's gonna look a lot better using an auto material instead of trying to paint it manually. So that's how you paint super huge landscapes. You use an auto material. So let's just close that one. Let's select our landscape. Let's go to the content drawer. We have a, as you can see, this is the material, and this is the material instance. It has inst at the end. So we're gonna use the material instance, and we're gonna apply it over here instead of what we had before. So we have MI landscape main is the one we made. This one's super cheap. We're gonna change that one for this new one, and it's gonna look super black. Why? Because we don't have information for the landscape layers. So let's just go to landscape mode, and then we go to paint, and then we have to create the layers for all of these materials, and they are weight blended layers. So let's go to auto material, choose weight blended layer, landscape shared assets. Let's just click save, and then we're gonna do the same with all the other materials that we have over here. Weight blended layer, weight blended layer, and we have one last one. It says none. Should I add it? Yeah, I think it's an empty layer so that we can paint some like dirt material. There we go. And this one is a no height material. We're not gonna create a weight blended layer for that one. That's for foliage. So we're gonna use it differently whenever we use procedural foliage. We're gonna get into that, I don't know, someday. So we're gonna make a right click on auto material, and we're gonna select the option fill layer. And as you can see, the landscape has changed dramatically, and it looks a lot better. So based on the height that we have over here, it's creating different materials, and it's doing a super nice blend of grass and rocky texture. So if the height is, well, if the slope of the mountain we have over here, it's past a certain number, is going to create a different material that is a rocky material, and is going to blend it with other materials. And as well, if we have some different layers for grass, it's going to use them, as you can see. So it doesn't look like super tiled, like the same material. So it's auto mixing some of the materials over here, and that's advanced landscape materials. Hola Tesira Cook, gracias por estar por aquí. So that's about it. I wanted to do that because it looked super nasty. But I didn't also want to go over complex landscape materials or height maps or stuff like that, not yet. Maybe we're gonna take a look at that after. So yeah, we have that. We can, let's try something crazy. Let's just try something crazy over here. Let's go to the castle assets. Let's go to the landscape. Let's go to the landscape instance material, and we're gonna drag it on top of this. Just doing a test. Can we paint on top of that one? I think it's not gonna let us paint. Yeah, I wanted to do something crazy. No, it's not gonna work. I'm just gonna change the material for something else. But yeah, I wanted to blend it with this rock over here, but it's better that we add some rock or do something different because it looks like super bad. Let's just delete the stairs over here, and maybe we can change the shape of this mountain a little bit. Oh, we're gonna use something different. Let's go to remember, you can press shift and 2 so you can go to landscape mode, and we're gonna go to sculpt, and there's something called a ramp. So we're gonna use a ramp. So when you use a ramp, you can select a top section of a top height. You're gonna select that one as the first point, and then you can select another height below, and it's going to create a ramp between that section and the other one. And as you can see, this is the preview of the ramp. You can change the width of the ramp, so you can make it smaller, or you can change the fall off, which is the fall off that it has on the sides. So we're gonna change that over here. That looks nice. Thank you very much, Tesita. So we're gonna change that. We can also change again once even if we have this over here, it's still not created, so we can change it a little bit. So we have a little bit of fall off, and it's a super huge ramp, and it's not gonna look like super realistic, but it's gonna help us, and it's gonna look better than those stairs we have over there. So there we go. Now we created a ramp, and it's made a ramp over here, and as you can see, it has some fall off. We can click control and set if we want to change some of the settings if we didn't like it. So we can add more fall off to this, and we can add a ramp. There we go. So we created some sort of I don't know, like a way to go up the mountain, but maybe we need to make it a little bit farther away because it's too steep. There we go. So this should work. It's not gonna look perfect, but it's going to help us go up this mountain that we have over here. Add ramp. Yeah, I'm gonna make it a little bit wider. The fall off is not being like super nice. There we go. That works. We're just gonna leave it there, and we're gonna go to smooth, and we're gonna smooth some of the sections over here. We're gonna decrease this, and we're gonna decrease the brush size, and we're gonna make this a little bit better because it's like super weird. There we go. That's better. And we could add some stuff over here, but we're just gonna let it go. There we go. So we have a way to go up the mountain, hopefully. And we should start our obstacle course over here. We're gonna have some moving, rotating thingies over here of this blueprints of the obstacles. And we can actually open up the blueprint, and instead of doing blueprints... Hola, Tayoncita. Gracias por estar por acá. Instead of adding a blueprint component that is based on ticks and adding some delta seconds and doing some weird stuff so we can move it and rotate it, we can add a rotator component so that we can rotate some of this. Oh, but we're not gonna have granularity. Yeah, the speed is going to affect. Okay. Yeah, we can do that. in a bit. It's looking better. I think our landscape is looking better, a lot better. If you haven't seen the landscape we have on our Unreal Engine course in Spanish, it's a lot more, a lot better. So we're gonna fix it a little bit. I'm just gonna add some fog to this. So we're gonna go to quickly add, and we can type fog, and we can add some exponential height fog. Oh, we actually have some exponential height fog over here. Yeah, we used a map that already has some stuff. Oh yeah, no, we created this one from scratch, and we got rid of the dark section over here that appears whenever you click the eye. Yeah, that dark section goes off with exponential height fog. So we're gonna change some of the settings on the fog. Where is my fog? It's over here. So I'm just gonna move it up a bit so that we can change some of the landscape. So if we move it up, it's gonna start looking foggy. And maybe it's not like super noticeable because of the, well, we don't have a lot of trees or stuff like that. So we're just gonna move it up, and we can change the fog density. We're gonna make it a lot more dense, and we also have some volumetric fog that we can add. And let's just change some of the scattering distribution. So that looks different. That looks a lot better. And we could even change some other settings. Okay, we're gonna leave it like that for now. Maybe not. Do we want this? Yeah, we want it. And now we're gonna add, we're gonna move the sun a little bit. Control and L is gonna help you move the directional light. And we're gonna change the tint of the sun by moving it to a different position. So we want it to be dramatic. No, maybe not so much. I actually want to move it in the other direction. So we're just going to move it like this. Yeah, that looks better. And we are going to add also some static meshes to the scene, just because it looks super bad and I want something better. Let's go to Castle Assets, and we're gonna find some meshes over here, and under the meshes, do we have the meshes for the mountains over here? Oh, there we go. So these mountains over here, we can add them on our project. I'm just gonna increase the speed because they are super huge. As you can see, they are super huge. So we're gonna change probably the size a little bit. We're gonna make it 0.5 and we're gonna move it down. Oh, and I didn't add, I'm gonna add a bookmark on a position. Oh, I'm super fast. I'm just gonna make it slower. There we go. So maybe over here, I'm just gonna change the view over here. Yeah, that's looking good. I'm gonna add some other stuff over here. And there is something that is called bookmarks on Unreal Engine, and they are used so that you can go back like super quick to a view you have. For example, this one, if we wanted to check what the scene is looking like on the left, we can save a bookmark over here. This is our player start, and this is the left side. So we can go, we have two options. We can go over here into the left side. We have the lines over here for the menu. You can go to the bookmark section and then you can select set bookmark. So as you can see, we have 9 different bookmarks that we can add. And you can just click over here, or you can use the hotkeys. So you can use Control 0 to Control 9 so that you can add bookmarks, and it's going to save that view. And then you just press 0 and it's going to take you to that view. So let's make an example. So this one is bookmark 0, and then to the front is going to be bookmark 1. I'm gonna use Control and 1 to set that one, and then the right side is going to be Control and 2. So we have 0, we press the number 0 and it goes over here. We press the number 1 and it goes over here, and we press the number 2 and it goes over here. So 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2. So we have that. Why do we do that? Because whenever you're doing this sort of landscape stuff, you want to have different references of how it's looking like based on the view you have with your character and the height. So instead of like going back always to the same spot, you can use a bookmark and work on that. So we're gonna add another super huge asset over here. This one looks beautiful. We're gonna move it back a bit, move it down. Since we have volumetric fog, it's looking like that. We didn't change the size on this one. If we press 0 now, we're gonna be able to see how that looks like. So this is how it's going to look like. Maybe it has to be a little bit further away. And as you can see, it changes a lot, like the landscape changes a lot just by adding some static meshes for background. That has a specific name and I forgot. But they are basically details you add whenever you're creating a world. So just make sure you add some love. I'm actually doing that with all of the Unreal Engine Fortnite maps that I'm doing. So I'm adding it I'm giving it some love so that you can have a better view of what's happening with the world and imagine stuff. Go to 0. See, oh, 0 this one. And that's how it's looking right now. That one is a little bit too close, maybe. And we can then just add the same ones. We don't have to change the size on this one. Let's leave it on 1. And we can just duplicate them. And since it's the back of the mountains, they are gonna look different. Where is the pizza? It's down there. Las pelusas se lo están comiendo. Here we go. So 0 again. Oh, and that one, it's changing our lighting because it's on top of the sun. So maybe, okay, let's just finish over here. Let's add another mountain over here. Let's try and drop this one over here. And we should be ready to go. It's been 37 minutes. There we go. So we're looking good, I think. So now we're going to change the sun again because, yeah, we're gonna move it over here. Let's go and press 1 and 2 and the number is 0. So it looks a little bit better. This one I still don't like it. We have a lot of space over here. Yeah, we're just gonna do some changes here really quick. We're almost done. We can actually change the scale to 1.2, and that way yeah, it doesn't bother me as much over here right now. There we go. So what you do in games is that you create those static meshes. Unreal Engine, well, Fortnite actually does that with all of the maps. The maps they created. So you have this kind of meshes like super far away, and you have a bounding box at some point in the map, and you're unable to go further from some region. So we shouldn't let our players go past this region so that they can see this weird hole over here, or there is one that has a line, yeah, that one. They shouldn't be able to see that. So we create some sort of blocking measure thing, a blocking volume usually, so that they can go over this section over here. So let's just do really quick a sculpt. Let's change the size of the brush, or we can add some noise actually. Let's go to noise, and we can change the size of the brush. And we can add some noise over here on this region, so that players are gonna be able to well, they're not gonna be able to go this far. Well, we're gonna change something over here. We're gonna flatten this to this height, and then we're gonna apply the noise. Because it's going like down. There we go. And again, we're gonna smooth this a little bit. Change the brush size. Oh yeah, it went super deep. Flatten this. Super quick. Now it's still super deep. Gonna change the size and the tool strength a little bit so that it's faster. I like this kind of mountains that were created at the end, but there we go. And the landscape tool actually is the same tool you use on Unreal Engine Fortnite. So if you can use it over here in Unreal Engine normal version, you're gonna be able to use it there. Super easy. this up a bit. There we go. Let's go again. 1. There we go. So the map is looking a lot better. Maybe the volumetric fog, I'm gonna go again, shift 1, selection mode. We have the exponential height fog. Maybe we're gonna reduce some of the, well, maybe the fog density. And we're gonna leave the volumetric fog. Yeah, that looks better. And we can add some trees and stuff like that, but we're gonna add the crouching movement to our player, because if we go right now, we can just run and we cannot crouch or do anything. Yeah, we haven't added that one yet. So we're gonna add that because if we add some obstacles over here where you have to go and crouch, we're not gonna be able to go past them. So to do that, let's go to the third person folder and let's open up our, are we using, yeah, we're using a different one. I remember. We are using the one we created with the MetaHuman. So we're gonna go to MetaHumans and we have Coop. This is the MetaHuman we're using, and this is the blueprint we're using right now. So we're gonna go over here. Hi, Floki. Oh, I've heard your name, so I'm pretty sure you're coming from what's the name of the game? Oh man, I forgot. But there is a game. I just made content for that game. But it's a strategy sort of game. That's you, right? And thank you for the first chat and for the raid. I appreciate it. Welcome to the Unreal Engine live number 8. The music is a little loud. Oh, okay. I'm gonna change the volume of the music. Is it better now? Happy to have you here, Floki. Thank you very much for the raid. So we're gonna add some changes to this over here. So let's go to the viewport. And our character right now is using the animation blueprint of Manny. So Manny, remember that I told you that you can use the default Manny, which is the man, or you can use Quinn. And as you can see, if we select Quinn, the stance is a little bit different. So if we switch again to Manny, AVP Manny, yeah, he stands like this, and as Quinn, he stands a little bit different. So what we want to do is that we want to change this blueprint, and we want to create our own blueprint over here, and we're gonna do that. And to do that, let's just go and click on the what's the name of this? Hourglass? I don't know. You can click on that one, so you can go to the characters folder, then it's gonna go to mannequins, and then it's gonna go into animations, and then on their animations you're gonna be able to find the animation blueprint, and we're gonna find the animation blueprint for Manny and the animation blueprint for Quinn. So we are going to duplicate this animation blueprint, and we're gonna call it the same as our character, and it's gonna be animation blueprint Coop. So, oh, we didn't change it over here. So let's just change it now over here, and as you can see, we have AVP Coop. It's the same stance, the same everything. Let's just compile and save. And if we go again to our game, it's still gonna work in exactly the same way. We can run, jump, and walk normally, and we're doing super fine. So that's that. Why are we going to duplicate this? Because we are going to change the animation blueprint. And just in case you screw up, you can always go back to the main base and duplicate it again and start from scratch. So let's just double click on AVP Coupe and it's going to open up the animation blueprint. It's gonna look a little bit different from the blueprint editor that we have over here that has components and my blueprint and the details. This one has the animation over here. It has some post-watch manager, and it does have my blueprint, but it has over here, as you can see, some asset browser, animation preview. This is made for animations. So you're gonna be able to change animations in Unreal Engine using the animation blueprint. So what we need to do, and what we're going to use right now, as you can see, the event graph over here looks different than the event graph that we have over here. That one looks different. So this one is made for movement. And we're basically trying to tell Unreal Engine how some stuff works whenever we're moving, and how to tell Unreal Engine if we are moving and how we move in Unreal Engine. So that's an animation blueprint. And what we are going to use right now is if we go to the event graph over here, we're gonna be able to see some event blueprint update animation initialize, and below we have the animation graph. The animation graph has the locomotion. Locomotion is basically what we're gonna use to create some different movements over here. This allows us to switch and auto rig our character between different states. So as you can see, we have a state over here. This state is called idle. And on idle, well, the character is going to, if we open up the idle, it's sending an animation to the output animation node. And this idle animation is the idle animation. If we go over here to the, well, actually it's this one over here. This is the idle pose. So that's how it looks like. And it's sending that over here. And if we go to walk run and we open up that state, it's doing some logic that if we are moving and if we have speed, is going to send the animation blend space of when we are running with the character. So that's what happens over here. Let's not go deeper into that. And between idle and walk, we have a condition. So this one over here that says idle to walk run, it's the condition to move from when we are standing to when we are running, and this one is when we stop running and we go to idle. So if we open up, we can double click on this one. This is the logic behind this. So it says if the character is moving, we enter the transition to run. That's it. And that's all there is. How Unreal Engine knows that should move means that we are moving. If we go to the event graph again, let's go back to the event graph over here. We're gonna find a sequence for a blueprint animation update, and this sequence is basically using this section over here that says set should move to true only if ground speed is above a small threshold to prevent incredibly small velocities from triggering animations, and if there is currently acceleration input applied. So this is the logic, and this one all connects to set to should move. So we're telling Unreal Engine, if this happens, the character is moving. And that's basically what we're doing, and that's how we create our different sequences and events on the locomotion over here. So we can create a new one that is going to be called add a state. Well, we make a right click on the locomotion and graph over here, make a right click, and then select the option add state. So this one is gonna be called crouch. Yeah, it's gonna be called crouch. So if you want to move it, you have to select the text, and we can move it and align it better below idle. And if you want to use the conditions from idle to crouch, we're just going to center over here. You have to select from the outer region over here. So you select from over here to this one, and it's going to create the condition to go from idle to crouching. And again, we need to get a condition, well, we need to create a condition from crouching to idle. That's so that we can go from being standing idle to crouching and then going back to idle. Before we finish that one, did I do that? I think I didn't. I think I told you to download some assets, some animations. Yeah, I didn't. I did that on the Spanish class. I didn't do it over here. So we're gonna go to the Epic Games launcher, and we're gonna go to the marketplace, and we're gonna get a free asset so that we can use a crouching animation, because we're not gonna do that from scratch. So over here we can search for animation starter. Animation. What's going on over here? It's moving down when there we go. Animation starter pack. Use space. So animation starter pack, you're gonna search for that in the marketplace of Unreal Engine, and you're gonna find this asset over here that is called animation starter pack. So you click on that one. This one is free, and it has some animations that we can use for any project. So this one has a crouching animation, and we're gonna use that one. So we are just gonna click add to project. We are going to search for the intro Unreal project, or however you name it. Add to project, and since I already downloaded this, it's just going to add it. So that's good. If we go over here, we're gonna find animation starter pack. It's over here at the very top, and as you can see, we have some animations over here, and there is one that is called crouch, walk forward, or rifle hip. We're gonna use that one, and we are going to use another one that is the idle, crouch, idle something. Where is the crouch, idle? No, we're gonna use the walk forward. Where is the walk forward? This one. No, this is not the one. Where is the one that is like walk normal? No rifle, no stuff. So let's use crouch, idle, rifle hip, and crouch, walk forward, rifle hip. Yeah, let's use those ones. In order to use these ones, we need to retarget these animations to our character, because our character is from an Unreal Engine 5 mannequin, and this one is from the Unreal Engine 4 mannequin. To do that, it's super easy. We just make a right click on this one, and then we select the option retarget animation assets. We select the option duplicate and retarget animation assets or blueprints. And over here is going to ask for an IK retargeter. And we are just going to select the option that says RTG, that's for retarget, Unreal Engine 4 Mani to Unreal Engine 5 Mani. So we're just gonna select that, and it's going to put both of this over here. What's happening in the background? A retargeter gets the bones from the different mannequins. All of the mannequins in Unreal Engine have bones, as we do in real life, but Unreal Engine 5 characters have more bones than Unreal Engine 4 characters. So we're just gonna retarget. That means we're just gonna tell Unreal Engine, use these bones from this mannequin on this mannequin, and continue using the rest of the bones as you would use in anything else. And we can then change where we want to save this, and we're gonna go to my stuff. Where is my stuff? My stuff. And then we have or we can go to characters. Can we go to, do we go to character? No, let's go to my stuff, and let's make a new folder over here. Yeah, let's make a new folder. Let's go to my stuff, and we are going to make a new folder, that is gonna be called character, and then another new folder that is gonna be named animations, and that's about it. So now we're going to select that one over here. I don't know why there is no button to create a folder over here. There was a button before. My stuff. So my stuff, character, animations, okay, retarget. So there we go. If we double click on this, as you can see now, we have an animation for the Unreal Engine 5 mannequin that is crouching, idle, holding a rifle, but we don't have a rifle, but those are the free ones. And there is another one where he's walking forward. There we go. So we're just gonna close this over here, and what we're gonna do is that we are going to double click over here and crouch, and as you can see, it's asking for an output animation pose, and now we can go to the retargeted one that is called crouch, and we're gonna find the crouch idle rifle hit, this one over here, and we're just gonna drag it on the locomotion graph, and then we're gonna connect the pin from this pose to this one, and that's about it. Let's just go back over here to locomotion, and now we need to create the logic behind this tutorial on Unreal Engine that we want to crouch. Before we do that, let's go over here to the character blueprint, and we're gonna search, well, let's select over here the character movement component, and let's search for crouch. And we have two options over here. There is one that it says what's the max walk speed when we are crouched, and it wouldn't make any sense that we move at 300 centimeters per hour when we move at 200 when we're walking. So we should move that, we should change this to 200. And also we can go to can crouch. This is the nav movement component. We should enable the can crouch option, and it's going to tell the blueprint that we can crouch now. So we're just gonna compile that, and we are gonna save that. And now we can go over here and do some changes. So we need to tell Unreal Engine that we are crouching so that we can go from idle to crouching. So for that, we're going to use a new variable. Let's go to, I'm gonna turn off my camera so you can see that. Where is that? Where's my camera? This one. There we go. So on the left side, as you can see, we have the My Blueprint in the same way that we have it when we're using any normal blueprint. The My Blueprint section, and we have the variables over here. So we need to add a new one. Let's add a new one, and this one is gonna be called is crouching. Hola, Hugo. Thank you for being here. So we have a new Boolean variable that it's called is crouching, and we are going to get is crouching. And if we are crouching, we can enter the transition, and that's all we need to do over here. And let's just compile this one and save. Again, it's telling us over here that this will never happen because we need to tell Unreal Engine what's the meaning behind is crouching. So before we do that, let's go back again to locomotion, and let's continue fixing this over here, and let's use the same one when we go back from crouching to idle. So if we want to do that, we are going to tell it that we are not crouching anymore, and for that we are going to use a not Boolean function over here. So if we are not crouching, then we can enter the transition, which is the idle transition that we have over here. And that's about it. That's about it. That's apúrese que ya va a empezar el partido de la Sele. So someone is telling me that I should hurry up because they want to see a football match. So yeah, I'm gonna finish right now. Give me just a second. So now we go to the animation graph. No, we go to the event graph, and we need to tell Unreal Engine that we are crouching. And how do we do that? We are going to add a new pin to this sequence over here to update the animation. Add a new pin, and then we are going to connect this to is crouching, and we are going to change it to set is crouching. So if we are crouching, we are going to connect this to the nav movement component, and this one is what's the name of this one? Is crouching. No, we need to untick the option to context sensitive over here, and then we can get the nav movement component that is called is crouching. We're gonna use that one, the one we just enabled over here, and we're gonna get this one over here. So if the nav movement component tells Unreal that we are crouching, then we are going to, well, basically know that we are crouching. And then this one, let's make sure again context sensitive now, it needs to be enabled again. And now over here we can get the nav, no, this is the component, movement component, get movement component. So we're gonna get this one over here. And now we're going to compile, and we are going to save. And this is how we tell Unreal Engine that we are crouching. So yeah, it might look super weird, but it's gonna come to you at some point. So now we need to actually add an input action so that we can tell Unreal Engine that whenever we press something on the keyboard, we are going to use all of this that we did over here to tell it that we are crouching. So we're gonna go again back over here to, where are we going? To the third person folder, go into the content browser, third person folder, and then go over here to input. And then on input, we have the other folder that is called actions. So we're going to create a new input action that is going to be called, well, make a right click, go to input, and then input action. And then we are going to use the standard naming convention, IA for input action, underscore, and then crouch. Oh, and it says crouch. There we go. Okay, crouch. So we have a new input action over here, and now we go back to input and we go to the mappings. We go to IMC underscore default, we open that one. And as you can see, we have all of the mappings over here for jump, move, look, run, and yeah, this is the one we just made, and we need to add a new one, and we need to select over here crouch, and this one we are going to use it whenever we press the C on the keyboard. So let's just type C over here and go down and go to keyboard, and then press well, select C, and then whenever we press C is going to trigger the crouch animation. So we need to now save this, go to our character blueprint, BP underscore coop underscore player, or whatever your character is. And now in the same way we added the run input action to change the speed manually, we're going to add a new one that is going to be IA underscore crouch. So there we go. And now when we start pressing C, we are going to crouch using the nav movement component. And when we let go of C, we are going to search again for crouch over here, and we are going to uncrouch using the nav movement component. Let's compile, let's save, and now it's time to test everything. So if we press C, we should be crouching. And now there's something super weird that when we move forward, it doesn't animate. And that is super easy to fix. We need to add another state to the character so that we can move. So as you can see now, at least right now, we are crouching, and that's what we wanted to do. So that's super nice. We are going to end today's live over here, and we are going to continue fixing what we need to fix on the next live. And what we need to fix is super easy. We just need to make another condition on the locomotion state over here, so that when we move and we are crouching, we need to add a new state over here that is crouching walking, yeah. So we add a new state that is called crouching walking, and we add again some logic to it, so we can tell Unreal Engine that when we are doing what happens over here, we are going to change to the animation of when we are moving forward and we are crouching. So that's what we need to do. That's from crouching to crouching walking. And also we need to add one over here from walk run to this one. So we're going to do that on the next live. This is kinda easy. You can always go back to my YouTube videos so you can double check on the information if you have any questions, or maybe if you got lost. You can always check the replay and find out how to do this. So we're gonna continue on the next live, and we're gonna fix the animation so that we can actually move the feet whenever we go forward. We need to disable also the control rig from Unreal Engine. So that's gonna be on the next live, and we're gonna fix the rest of the animation. But so far we are looking good. The character can run, and we can crouch. As you can see over here, is crouching. And we are just going to fix on the next live that we need to animate when we are walking and crouching, and that's another locomotion state. So we're going to add that on the next class, and that's all for today. If you have any questions, please let me know. If not, that's the end of today's live. Thank you very much for being here, and we'll see each other on the next live. Oh, that's super dark over here. I just noticed that. I'm just gonna have to change the sun again. I like it when it's that color, but it's super dark. There we go. Fixed. We're gonna add some trees and a lake and other stuff to this scene so that it looks a lot better. But we are getting better on what we're doing. Thank you very much, everyone. I appreciate it. Thanks for being here. Thank you for the raid, Floki. And I hope you have a great Thursday. I'll see you on, next Thursday, and for Spanish on the next Tuesday. Vaca se emociona y no termina. Así me pasa. Thank you, everyone. Have a good night.